What is happening out there, vinyl community? Welcome back to HVR. My name is Dylan Hayes. So, really funny thing, I had planned on releasing this video a couple days ago. I sat down and I recorded it, did everything, went and looked at my phone and realized I actually never hit the record button, so I talked to myself for about a half an hour. So, round two, and here we are. I was actually inspired to do this video by Johnny with the Prince Elvis Jackson channel, where he showcased his Elvis CD collection. So I want to do the exact same thing. I want to show you all the CDs I have that are all Elvis. As you can see behind me, the empty void and a couple slots in my shelf over here. That's because that's where all those sit on top of the other ones. So without further ado, I will get right into it. I have this split up into three groups, primarily, or four groups. I'm going to start out with the jewel case standard CDs. And then jump into Legacy Edition 2-disc sets, and then jump into box sets, and then to the few of the FTD CDs that I have. So we will jump right into it. With the jewel case ones, they're not organized by year. They're not really organized at all. They're just jewel cases. None of these are going to be in chronological order. So first one is going to be Elvis Now. This one was put out for the 75th or the anniversary for his 75th birthday. This one was, and I believe it was one of those things for Walmart, had them all each at like $5 a piece. So they're mixed in here of the different ones that I did get. This is Elvis Now. It's a good album. It's not my favorite album of the 70s, but it is good. This is a Elvis on Stage release. This is just the original, 10 song or 10 track album. It just has the standard, what was released in the LP in 1970 on this one. This is the 1990 release of Elvis Great Performances. I like this one for the simple fact that it has one thing that is kind of rare and hasn't been released since, and that is the undubbed version of Unchained Melody from the June, I believe, 21st performance, 1977, in Rapid City, South Dakota, the one that's featured in Elvis in Concert. For the life of me, I have no idea why they did not put that in the CBS special in 1977 in October when that came out. It is an incredible performance, and to this date, like you all know out there, Elvis fans, we don't have an official release of Elvis on Concert on video. We do have the 1977 LP on CD, but since that was released, there's been nothing else. So this is a boot copy of the Hampton Roads 1972 on tour concert. I just want to make a plea out there, and I know this will probably never reach anybody at Elvis Presley Enterprise or Graceland or Sony, whoever runs the audio side of that. Please, at least for the 50th anniversary in 2022, let's get some audio from Elvis on tour. The only one we have right now is the San Antonio concert, which would be the Red Lion jumpsuit performance, where we have Burnin' Love and Never Been to Spain. And Proud Mary, that's the other big one from Elvis on tour. But everything else we don't have an official release on, and we need it. At the very least, audio. Would love to get visual. My dream would be for them to release the audio on CD, and then we get full concerts, at least the four main shows from Hampton Roads and Greensboro and San Antonio and then Richmond. So yeah, I'm sure I'm not alone in that. Next is the 2006 release of Elvis Live compilation. They did several of these, like the one that's Elvis Country, Elvis Inspirational, Elvis Movies, Elvis Live, Elvis Rock. Good compilation, good sound. This is the 1994 release, Elvis Amazing Grace, His Most Sacred Performances. This one was kind of a companion to the Essential box sets that they did of the 50s, 60s, 70s, that they wanted to accompany a gospel one to this one. Great compilation. It's all the main gospel hits. This is another 2006 release. This is the Elvis Rock one, just like the Elvis Live one that I did have. I'm actually surprised with these releases because the volume on these is actually increased, which is awesome, my own personal taste. I think a lot of CDs, especially particularly Elvis, that Sony releases them with kind of not the volume level that I would like on them, and that one's got a really good one. This is probably one of my favorite standard Elvis CD releases. It's from 1999. It's Burnin' Love. The reason why I like this one is because this is basically the album that never was in 1972. These songs were released, other than one of them, and I think that was For the Good Times, maybe, was never actually released. I can't remember. You guys will have to correct me on that. But I think this is the way it should have been released in 72. We should have got a double LP album of all these. And I think it might have been one of Elvis's top-selling albums of all time if it had been released that way. But I love all the songs from the 72 sessions. I think they're fantastic. Okay. We've got the, 2003, Elvis Second to None, which gave us the remix to Rubberneckin'. You all know this one. It's a very popular mainstream compilation album. This one's pretty cool because this one features mixing that is pretty unique to historic studio recordings from 1969. This is the Memphis Record, 1969 Year in Review. If you're able to pick up the LP of this or the CD, go ahead and do it, just because it's going to be a whole different listening experience to what you're probably used to when you hear these tracks. This was around the time, I think this might have been actually the first digitally remastered release of Elvis when all that was starting to become popular, excuse me. And so it's got all the main hits from the American Sound sessions with Chips Moman. What can I say? These are fantastic. But if you get a chance to pick this up, do it, because it does sound different than what you're used to. I don't have the jewel case for this one, but I do have the album cover, or not, whatever you want to call it, the insert, and then the discs for it. But this is the 68 comeback release, Memories, the 68 comeback special. Out of all the 68 comeback releases, as far as audio, this has got to be my favorite, and it's only 2 disc. The mastering on this, to me, personally, is far better than the 4-disc release or even the most recent 2018 release. The sound on this is incredible, and I think it still has performances on here that haven't been released in the ones that are advertised as complete, including like the road medley, I think. But especially like hearing the difference between Trouble Guitar Man, the opening line on this, compared to any of the other releases, it's completely different. So much better in my opinion. This is the Camden or Pickwick, whatever you want to call it, release of Elvis Christmas album. It is the 1987 CD release of that. Another $5 Walmart pickup for the 75th birthday anniversary. That is from Elvis Presley, Boulevard, Memphis, Tennessee. The 1976 album. That is the infamous first part of the Jungle Room sessions. Personally, I'm in a mood right now where I completely love the Jungle Room sessions. I always have, but you know how you get in one of those moods sometimes? That's where I'm at with it. I think I'm realizing something. There's even more emotion and even more powerful performances, I think, in those 2 albums than there were in the Today sessions. You can tell that Elvis's voice is a little bit different, still powerful but different. But I think he's really tapping into something that he hadn't in several years. And almost like getting back to his roots in a little bit with like songs like Way Down and For the Heart, even Pledging My Love. Love those sessions. Another $5 Walmart release of Elvis Good Times. Like I said, was it 2009 that these came out? Yeah, 2009. We all know these songs, just another release of that. This is the 1996 release of Elvis Great Country Songs. This is a good country compilation album because it features a lot of alternate takes. My personal favorite alternate take from this album is There Goes My Everything. It starts out in a completely different way without the strings. It's just the rhythm section. I really enjoyed it. If you get a chance to listen to it, tell me what you think. This one is kind of infamous in my book. This is the first audio release of the Alternate Aloha show the night before the live broadcast. So this is the rehearsal show. It's a 1988 release. This did come out on LP as well. My personal opinion, the mastering on this album is all over the place. Some aspects it's good, some aspects it's really poor. Sometimes you really can't hear Elvis's voice, sometimes you can. And then it featured the post-insert song, so super interesting. This next one is the more recent release of Where No One Stands Alone. This is the remixes of the gospel album's 14-track, features Where No One Stands Alone with the duet with Lisa. And my personal favorite from this is actually the remake of How Great Thou Art, because to me, I think they tried to combine Elvis's 70 performances and the studio take of this by using the studio version, but then having a really powerful vocal and orchestra section whenever it hits into the chorus. This is the 2000 release, the That's the Way It Is special edition 3-disc set. I remember getting this as one of my oldest CDs I have in my collection. I have wore this CD out. I love it so much. This is another compilation of the 69 Memphis performances. This is Suspicious Minds, a 2-disc set. Really, really good set. Mastering is done really well on this. Just kind of a really cool concept, the design and everything too. Another boot of a Greensboro Revolution. My personal opinion is the Amiga release is better on the sound on this, but I do have this as well. And we've got Elvis Aloha from Hawaii. This is the satellite show. Again, my personal opinion, this is by far the best audio release that we've gotten of this historic show. I was really disappointed with the 2013 release. I expected to plug in the first disc, which is the satellite show, and to hear all new mastering. No, it was just taken directly from the LP master, which in my opinion is really subpar, really dull in its overall sound and sonic quality. But we did get the rehearsal show with that, which I still think could have been even better on the mastering as well. I think it was kind of a cheap sell for the 40th anniversary, so I'm hoping for the 50th we get all new mastering on that. We'll see. Elvis, An Afternoon in the Garden. This was the first time we got the full album of the afternoon show at Madison Square Garden. Love this. I think this performance is actually better than the evening show. And love the album artwork on this. I want these two pictures as posters blown up huge on my wall. It's the Elvis at Sun release, which I think was around the 75th anniversary or 75th birthday, 2004. Basically a compilation of the Sun sessions. Another boot of Auld Lang Syne. This is the famous Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania 1976 New Year's Eve show. I love that performance. I really hope that somebody has that somewhere in their collection on soundboard so we can at least listen to that in a little bit better quality. Compilation of Best of the Artists of the Century, which was, I believe, a 3-disc box set. This is just the 1-disc sampler compilation of that album. And this is the 68 Comeback Special, just standard LP release of it. And jumping in here, this is the late 90s version of From Elvis in Memphis. Just again, 69 recordings. I don't like the mastering on this one again. I know it's kind of a negative thing, but I just don't. Compilation from the DVD, He Touched Me. This is a 2-disc He Touched Me songs that went with the DVD. I got this because I really hoped that it had the on-tour version of How Great Thou Art like it does in the movie, but no, it is just the 74 release of it. Single release of Heartbreak Hotel that has I Was the One, the flip side, and then Heartbreak Hotel Take 6. I think I picked that up at Goodwill. This is the late 90s release of On Stage, more of a special edition that had bonus songs, remastering. I love this release. I still love the version of Kentucky Rain that's on this compared to the Legacy edition. Then one of my favorite ones from the 90s or early 2000s, Moody Blue, that featured everything from both sessions and omitted Let Me Be There, which should have never been on it in the first place. Okay, jumping into Legacy edition. Now we have Elvis on Stage. Good release. Not a whole lot of new material here. Elvis in person and Elvis on stage is really all that is. And we've got the, I'm just going to go quickly on this because I already explained it. I don't really like it, but I got it. The 74 release Legacy Edition 2-disc set of recorded live on stage in Memphis. It's got the Richmond show and the standard show from the album in full. Different mastering on this than what the FTD version has. You can clearly hear the difference in it, especially with the drums. Next one is That's the Way It Is, which features the full August 12th dinner show, full original album, original singles, and outtakes. I do like this release. Great, 2014. I know a lot of you guys have that one out there. One of my personal favorite on the legacy ones is Way Down in the Jungle Room. Like I said, I'm stuck in it right now. It's got the masters and the outtakes. Good release. I don't think the mastering was redone, which would have been kind of nice, but oh well. Elvis Today, 2-disc. I like this one as well because I love the original undubbed masters that are on this, because I think Susan, when she tried, is even better of the undubbed master than the master take. Then it's got the shows of May through June of 75. I do love Elvis in 1975. Jumpsuits are cool. He's in a good mood. This is the From Elvis in Memphis 2-disc set. I don't know. This one was kind of underwhelming because, again, the audio quality is not incredible. But what are you going to do? Okay, box sets. First one is the Elvis, I Believe, Gospel Masters. Really not a whole lot to say about this one. It's supposed to be a compilation of all of the masters here, along with some movie inserts as well. This is one of the best ones, I think, and that is the Prince from Another Planet with the Madison Square Garden shows completely remastered. These sound incredible. You guys know it. This has been out since 2012. Great booklet that came with it. And then the DVD as well with the footage that we have of it. But yeah, incredible shows. Elvis Platinum, A Life in Music 4-disc set. At the time, it featured mostly all unreleased alternate takes. I love the discs on this one. I think that's a really cool concept. The booklet inside. These are awesome. Great tracks. If you don't have it, pick it up. I think I got it for like $5 on eBay, which is really cool. Okay, now we have the Essential 50s Masters 5-disc set. Awesome release. The cover on this one's a little bit beat up, but everything inside looks near mint. Going in order with that one, the Essential 60s Masters. This one is more near mint all the way around on the inside, and it is a promo copy of that one. So, awesome set. It omits a lot of the movie songs, or most of the movie songs actually. And then my personal favorite of those, these 70s Essential Masters, Walk a Mile in My Shoes. I love all of Elvis's eras, but the 70s are by far my favorite, so that's why I like this one more. Booklet on the inside, and the disc as well. Great stuff. Okay. Now, we've got I think this was the 40th anniversary of the 68 comeback, 4-disc set. Good release. Got it pretty cheap. FTD, we've got recorded live on stage in Memphis. Awesome release. I loved it at the time because we didn't have the full performance. Still, the mastering on this one was really cool. Great pictures. Elvis Dragonheart, the 1974 performance in where? I don't even remember. Dayton, Ohio? Is that where it's at? Indiana. That's where it is. Good performance. And the last one is Tucson 76. This is one of the earliest ones that I got. Kind of a not great performance, but it's just cool to have, number one. And this one is the infamous misspelling of Tucson. Cover and the disc are two different spellings of Tucson, so I don't know if that adds any value to it, but it's still cool to have. Okay, there you have it, guys. That's all of the Elvis CDs that I have. Sorry I kind of rushed through that, but I just wanted to get another video on here and just touch base with you guys. I hope you're having a fantastic week. And let me know in the comments, what are your favorite CDs that you saw here? If you agree with me, disagree with me on different releases, let me know. Always love the conversation. As always, guys, hope you're going to have a good rest of your weekend, a great week. God bless you guys, and I will see you soon.